Greetings, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. I am the Angry Rhino. So, new Borg arc. Let's get. You see, I'm here on the patch notes screen for Star Trek Fleet Command. Yes, I have looked in the game and I have read through these patch notes already. So, this isn't the first time I'm looking at this. Whatever. Let's just. I'll read this storyline here. Commanders, there are 3 bombs at the base of the conference hall, full of Borg nanoprobes. One of the coalition heads plans to detonate them during the award ceremony. If this happens, the Borg will assimilate the most qualified scientists of every coalition present. The Borg are no longer a mystery to the Alpha Quadrant. Fear turned into curiosity. Curiosity turned into a thirst for power. While desire for peace is universal, means of acquisition came at a price. For some, the possibility of an alliance with the Borg is tempting. Too tempting. A rogue scientist creates a deadly anti-Borg weapon to avenge his family. It's up to Commander to decide his fate. Do they think our name is Commander? That's weird. It's just weird. Very weird wording there. As it usually is. In the meantime, the brightest minds of the Alpha Quadrant gather to discuss their combined means of stopping the Borg menace, only to discover that someone is plotting to spread this menace even further. In times of strife, great powers must have their most fearsome weaponry turned against them. Sure. The the Vidar, I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Talios, I think we're going with that, has joined the fight against the Borg, presenting an opportunity to turn the tide in this fight. Will the machinations and intrigue stop the Borg or let them win? Can anyone truly harness the power of the nanoprobes? Because after so many years of learning about one of the most fearsome predators to ever hail from the Delta Quadrant, not so futile now, are we? In quotes. I mean, it is kind of nice that they make a story every time, but I think the wording is just weird. All right, so what's new? Vidar Talios, some kind of expansion cube. Not 100% sure what that is yet. Hailing frequencies. Tap a little button and a emoticon appears above your ship. I have tried it out. It's neat and I think it's a nice addition. I just also kind of feel that there might have been more things that should have been at the top of their to-do list, but and of course, new officers, new missions, and much more. New ship, Talios. Anti. Technically, it's not a Vidar A. Even though, I mean, let's face it, it is a Vidar A. That's just not its name. I mean, think about it. Is a Devore Fisha a Devore A? Yes. Because ship with A after it is just a figure of speech we've been using because they started with Franklin A as an upgrade to the Franklin. So, yes. there is a Vidar A. I don't know. I feel like people out there have been saying, "Oh, there's no Vidar A coming. There's no Vidar A coming." Like that's the information that we're getting. Semantics, but that statement wasn't actually true. Allegedly, this Talios is going to greatly increase rewards from the Borg refinery. Okay. Access to new Borg systems with higher level Borg probes. Yay. Greatly increase inert nanoprobes from these new Borg probes, which reduces daily hostile kills required for the Borg refinery. Okay. Where does it say this? The ability to take on new group Armada targets, expansion cube, utilizing power buff foreknowledge against the Borg's latest flagship. So more Borg Armadas. Yay. Loot bonuses for expansion cube. See Vinculum Scrapper below. There's a few new primes and a few new other researches. Which, I mean, can be expected, but also annoying at the same time. Robust warp drive with warp range that can be enhanced. Ship researches. Yeah, much like, what is the Discovery. You can increase the warp range of Discovery with a research. There's one for this. Supposedly it has faster impulse speed. We'll see. We shall see. I thought I read in here that it told you how to get this. Well, we'll see where. Pretty sure it explained how to get this Talios. Reclamator. Going into Talios, researchers now Reclamator increases Borg Solar Armada credits dropped from the Borg Solar Armadas while using the Talios. Alright. And then, like I mentioned before, the warp range increase. And then primes. Primary nanoprobe increases nanoprobes dropped from Borg probes with using the Talios. Much like the Mantis. Essentially cut and paste again. Vinculum. I don't guess I'm not too much of a Trekkie. I don't know what Vinculum is. Vinculum scrapper increase. Vinculum scrapper frag. Okay, so it's a new ship part. Is what it is. It's called Vinculum or something to that extent, and that's replaces the charged nanoprobes that you use to upgrade your Vidar. So of course there's a new currency to manage. Yay. Increase Vinculum fragments drop from expansion cubes using the Talios. The expansion cube. They have torpedoes and such. Not sure I completely understand this. You can gain the foreknowledge buff from Borg spheres. Borg Solar Armadas. Players can gain the foreknowledge buff automatically when they defeat any Borg sphere Solar Armada with the Vidar Talios and a fleet of their stronger ship. Afterwards, coordinate with your allies to combine your buff. So it sounds like what they want you to do is go kill a Borg sphere. Sphere. What did I say? Spear? Sphere? And then start this Borg cube thing. Super Borg cube. That's You ever tried to coordinate armadas with your alliance? The phrase herding cats sometimes comes to mind, and so be like a herd of cats trying to herd a herd of cats. That's This does not sound like it's going to go very well at all. Expansion cube rewards. Defeat the cube, you get some Vinculum fragments. Go do the Borg refinery and get some stuff. Borg Queen charge, Officer charge, charge nanoprobes, active nanoprobes, directives. What are those dumb things called? Exocom. Now I don't have the ship and I haven't actually used it yet, but what it looks like, and I saw the reward chest, there is a new exocomp, and it's an exocomp for the Talios, so it doesn't look like those exocomps from a month ago are going to exactly be working on the Talios, or possibly this is for a different currency. It's all very confusing. It really is. Getting to the point where there's way too many currencies and way too many buffs to activate and stupid ass exocomps and stupid ass researchers. Mm. It's like you just want to keep adding more shit on top of more shit on top of more shit. As Neil Malcolm said, that's one big pile of shit. Alright, Borg Queen. Officer ability increases your crit hit chance when you are hit by a Borg solo armada. Okay, so she has a con officer ability. Cool. Below deck ability. So the Borg Queen cannot be the captain of your ship. At least according to this. Assuming the patch notes here are printed correctly. That just seems odd. Epic Officer. The Borg Queen. Nope. Can't use her as captain. I guess that makes sense. While fighting a player with Assimilate, Borg Queen increases the ship's armor piercing, shield piercing actually, by X%, and it's cumulative. Assimilate. I completely forgot what Assimilate is, I guess because I'm so pissed off. Excuse me. But it's below. I'll get to what Assimilate actually is. Another officer. I don't know exactly who these people are. I mean, I know who the Borg Queen is, but Dizak. I don't know if that's a actual character from Star Trek or not. Officer ability while fighting against Borg Solar Armada, increase all officer stats by X% for the duration of combat. Below deck ability at the start of each round, if opponent's hull health is below 95%, Dizak has X% chance to apply Assimilate to it for 4 rounds. Oh. So it's like hull breach or something? Yeah, it's something that gets put on a ship. Alright. It's annoying. Goza. Is that a Ferengi? Looks like a Ferengi. Officer ability. When fighting against a Borg Solar Armada at the start of each round, reduce target's critical damage by X% for 1 round. Okay. Below deck ability. While fighting a player's ship with Assimilate, Goza increases the ship's armor, shield deflection, and dodge by X% each round. Okay. That doesn't sound too good. I mean, unless this assimilate thing has, unless it has some kind of background ability. I mean, these officers don't seem to be taking that much advantage from it, especially if they're all lower deck abilities. So you have to fill your lower decks with these guys in PvP now and forego other officers below deck to get your crew bonuses? Okay. And all you get is what? Mitigation and piercing. Which, based on what I know about these officer abilities and officer abilities in general, unless the Borg Queen's below deck ability is ridiculously high percent, it's not going to do a whole lot because, again, it's going to be increasing the base. You're going to multiply it off of the base of your piercing, so you're not going to get a whole lot. So I think I'd probably rather have my crew bonuses. But we'll see. New missions. You got some core missions for 34 plus. Yeah, see, this is what I read before. It looks like, at least I think the intent here is, if you at least if you have a Max Vidar, these missions are going to get you this Talios. Hopefully that's the case, and hopefully, for those of you that don't have a Max Vidar yet, you will have the ability to claim these missions, but maybe not necessarily do them yet. Claim them so that when you do max your Vidar, then you can do the missions and get you a Talios. History class, a chance to encounter. Commander provides. Let's go. Combat data. Use calibrate Vidar Talia. So it does really. Yes, the missions are Borg centered, but there is one here that's Talios centered there. And it really does. Yeah, I'm not really sure yet. We'll have to see what these missions do. Pretty sure these missions are going to allow you to get to Talios, but we will have to actually be able to do them first and see. New refits. It's looking like they're doing a thing where the PC client gets to buy them first, and then later they will put them on the mobile clients. Okay, cool. Simulated amalgam refit increases the amalgam bonus loot ship ability. So increases ship ability of the amalgam by 30%. Cool. Simulated Stella increased cost efficiency for Stella particles by 30%, which is nice, but at the same time, the Stella is so old. Why are you making people pay for increased efficiency? And it's only 30%. Yeah, I understand. We want to increase efficiency for the Stella. But there is a prime that you can grind out for free at 34. Because what's it cost? Uncommon 4-star ore, which you can get at 34 by scrapping a legionary, or a Mayflower, though I don't know that you'll get enough by scrapping only one Mayflower. So you could scrap two Mayflowers at 34 and be able to do the, what's it, 50%, I think, that Prime is. So yeah, another 30% is nice, but I'm not paying for it. No way in hell. Because I know my M score isn't that. I mean, depending on who you are, it's high. And maybe I'm sure other people are maxed. But I'm at like, I'm close to 150. So I got what? Three? Maybe three more max scraps for a Stella. Maybe four. I don't know. My math is shit. I'm not, I'm not giving you money for that. Plus, there's also a Bajaran favor to increase efficiency. So I'd maybe try to increase your Bajaran favor for the Stella can't talk. There is a Bajaran favor, so maybe do the Prime and then the Bajaran favor a few rounds, and then see if you really want another efficiency. Cerritos cloaking. It, and like cloaking, it increases weapon damage. Okay. Really? Really? Cerritos cloaking? I kind of get why you would want to cloak your Cerritos. So you can buff your ship and not have people take it out. One, why the hell are we giving out so many cloaks for these damn Federation ships? I don't really agree with that. But at the same time, like what? Yes, the Cerritos is technically a warship, but it's not really a warship. So what do I care about increasing the damage? Its damage isn't high to begin with. Okay. Yes. This is This forgot about this one. I'm really pissed. Several months ago, they tried to improve the little faction recruit token things. So they made up these elite faction recruit things. And the price in faction credit is absolutely atrocious to the point where people aren't engaging with it that much. And I just flat out said, I'm not doing it at all. I don't care how many of these dumbass currencies you give us for free. I'm not pulling these dumbass bullshit elite faction bullshitty dumb recruit things. I'm not doing that shit. That's ridiculous. You can't charge that many faction credit. Holy shit. Those things are expensive. And there isn't much in there. Like, yes, there's a few officers, but guess what? All the other officers from the other faction recruits packs are in there. So it's like, you want me to spend that many faction credits on this new recruit thing, and 80% of what I get is going to be transporter patterns right off the bat. Cool. However, bro, not doing it, and I damn sure ain't buying a Prime for it either. Screw you. Yes, a Prime to improve the officer yields. So they didn't really improve the cost. They're just going to give you more officers. Whatever. Yes, there's some new avatars and frames. Okay. Hailing frequencies. So yeah, little emoticon thing. You can see here They even move a little bit, so it's not just like a still picture that comes up. They are somewhat animated. It's neat, and I'm not saying it's not a cool thing that people aren't going to enjoy this game. I think people are going to enjoy this game. I think people are going to enjoy this feature. I, I just think that there were other things that should have been addressed first. I still see nothing about independent credits. Now, allegedly, there are things that are going to come later on in the month. Why they're not being released now, why they're not telling us what they are, but there is supposed to be something else coming that is supposed to improve this loop. We'll see. Hopefully it will come and it will improve and I won't have to call anybody a liar. And then bug fixes. Blah, 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 blah. Luckily there is... I don't know. It's not that big a deal. You can read it. You don't need me to read through the bug fixes. I think this video has gone on long enough. Oh, man. Ugh. Hopefully you are a little more excited than I am about the Vidar Talios. I am interested to see how it goes. As of right now, I'm still not going to engage with Borg Solar Armadas because I'm not getting the charged nanoprobes. I do my refine, I get my faction credit, and I get my independent credit, and I don't have enough to get directives, so I haven't been doing it. Comment below. Have you been doing Borg Solar Armadas? Is this update going to change that? Be sure to like and subscribe so you can be notified if I make a video about these so-called improvements coming up mid-month-ish. I'm the Angry Rhino. Shields up, Commanders.